Another edition of the live stream. I'm Nick Earnshaw, your host this evening. Man, do we have a lot to talk about, and kind of just, man, it's Thursday. We're so close. We're so close. Can it be Sunday yet? Can it be Sunday yet? Ah, man. I know we're all just kind of chomping at the bit, waiting for Sunday to get here because man, it's 2 weeks is a long time. 2 weeks is a long time. It's good for the players. They can get healthy. Jalen Hurts can rest, have these guys ready to go. Mahomes as well. He can rest too. So it's been a long 2 weeks. I think everyone's just ready for the game to get here, ready for it to be played. And, it's just an exciting time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. Exciting time because I mean you've had so many teams now make it to the final game of the year: the Philadelphia Union, the Philadelphia Stars, the Philadelphia Phillies, and now the Philadelphia Eagles there in the championship games. I mean, it's something that you dream of as a fan when you're a fan of a lot of sports, and especially here in Philadelphia. This does not happen too often. 1980 is really the last time we kind of saw every single team make it this far. So to have these teams be as dominant as they've been, and to have the Eagles get to the Super Bowl, it's an unbelievable kind of feeling. And they're there, they're in it. They could win their second title. Yes, I'm saying that, second title. I mean, years ago, before they won their first Super Bowl, we're thinking two championships. Man, I mean, this would be something, especially the turnaround that this team has had in the past 5 years, where just a couple of years ago, Doug Peterson was fired after an awful, awful season. And, they missed the playoffs. Some people think they kind of tanked that last game and, wanted to get the higher draft pick, which ended up turning out okay for them. I mean, and now you release Doug, you release Carson Wentz, and you bring in Nick Sirianni, you bring in a younger coaching staff, you bring in Jalen Hurts, where everyone pretty much thought it was an awful pick at the time. It's turned out to be a franchise quarterback who's going to get paid this offseason or just going forward. He's going to get paid. He's the franchise quarterback heading forward for this team in the Philadelphia Eagles, and he deserves it. I mean, the leaps and bounds he's made to improve his game, especially passing, has come so far. I mean, what a year he has had. It's why he's a finalist for the MVP. And hey, he's a player that that does not feel like comes around too often, with the mindset that he has, all the intangibles of being a leader. Jalen Hurts is a gigantic reason this team is where it is. They're 16-1 with him as the starting quarterback this year. 16-1 with Jalen Hurts as the starter. We throw away those Gardner Minshew games. We're going to just throw them, toss them aside because they don't matter. Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback of this team, and they go as far as Jalen goes. And wow, we're here. It's so close. We're so close to Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. But they are going up against a really, really good team in Kansas City. This is the best team they faced all year. Yes, last week it was San Francisco. That was the best team they faced up until this point. And we know how that went. It was a beatdown. It was a beatdown. They knocked Brock Purdy out of the game. The San Francisco 49ers fans, their players are still whining from that. Hey, he wasn't injured. He was knocked out, and so was Josh Johnson. So, listen, the Eagles won that game fair and square. You'll hear 49ers with Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, you just go on, and they'll find an excuse to say how they lost that game, which is fine. They don't know how to lose. I mean, they should. They lose almost every year, it seems like, in the conference championship. So they should be kind of used to it at this point. But they felt the game was stolen from them when it really wasn't. It was a nice win by the Eagles. Weird game. Totally a weird game. But the Eagles won it fair and square. The defense showed up. The Eagles ran the ball pretty well, effectively, especially with Kenny Gainwell. But listen, the Eagles are a good team. They've been the best team all year. They've had the best record all year for a reason. And, they've just been utterly dominant this entire season. So, heading into this game, I want to talk about some of the things, regarding the offense, regarding the defense, on both sides of the ball with both teams. Well, I want to start with Patrick Mahomes, though. I want to start with Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, listen, he's the best quarterback in football. He's the most talented quarterback maybe I've ever seen. Aaron Rodgers clearly was that guy for a while, but Mahomes, man, I mean, there's nothing like him. And by the end of his career, he's gonna go down as one of the best. There's no doubt in my mind. But the team around him is what kind of concerns me. And no receiver this season. He's had to spread the ball around. He's done a pretty decent job. No receiver this year has eclipsed 26% of the Chiefs' air yards. So very interesting stat there. Last season, Tyreek Hill accounted for over 30% of the Chiefs' air yard share. This season, no one's eclipsed 26%. And that's a reason that shows why he's had to spread the ball around. And Tyreek Hill is gone. They don't have that deep threat. McCole Hardman also will be out of this game. So who he's going to try and really go to. I mean, he's had to spread the ball around all year, but he has a favorite target, and it's been shown in the playoffs. It's been shown in the playoffs that he could go one-dimensional and just hit Travis Kelce. He could just hit Travis Kelce in this game. And for the Eagles, having Avonte Maddox, having C.J. Gardner-Johnson back, I think it's gigantic. You could put Kazir White on him as well and just maybe double team him a lot this entire game because they're going to have to watch out for Travis Kelce. He is a gigantic. He's the most obvious X factor in this game. I think that he's still going to get his yards. I think he probably will find the end zone at some point. I mean, it's just how good Mahomes and him are together. But I'm very confident in this Eagles defense on the outside. Darius Slay, James Bradbury. I think they do a good job, and I think they can take away those outside receivers, whether it's Juju Smith-Schuster, etc. I think they can kind of take them out of the game a little bit with how good they've been all year. But when Mahomes can extend plays, that's when you can get a little dicey and things can go a little haywire. But I think with how good the number one pass defense in the Philadelphia Eagles has been this year, I think they just have to find a way to slow down Travis Kelce and try and take him out of the mix as much as they can. And really, he'll get his yards. But if you can do it in key downs on the third downs, don't let them convert. Don't let them stay on the field. Keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. That's what you want to do. That's how you win this game. You got to keep Patrick Mahomes off of the field. The less he's on the field, the better chance the Eagles have to win this game. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind, the better chance they have to win this game. I mean, Mahomes, when he's blitzed, when he's not blitzed, per drop back, statistically, he's the best quarterback in the league by far. I mean, we know this. We know how talented he is. But the Eagles' defense is very, very good. They have one of the best pass rushers in football without even blitzing. They can get there with the four-man front. They have multiple guys who have 10-plus sacks on the year. Brandon Graham, Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Hassan Reddick. These guys are those dudes. They can get it done. I think if you find a way to get Patrick Mahomes a little uncomfortable and get to him before he's able to scramble away and extend the play, the Eagles will be in good shape. Got to get him off the field. Got to get him off the field on those third and longs, those third, 5, 6, 7, 8s. Get him off the field. Don't let him extend the drive. Get the ball back into Jalen's hand. This offense can do some work. That's what has to happen defensively. And I think the Eagles are capable of it. This is the best quarterback they've faced all season long. I think they can get it done. But I think the offense, moving to Jalen Hurts, they can't turn the ball over. The Eagles, stat for you, Eagles could be the first team to not turn over the football all playoffs and win the Super Bowl. How about that? They don't turn the ball over. They win. They win. We saw this in the Commanders game early on in the season on Monday Night Football. When they turn the ball over, they lose. And they still could have won that game, but the turnovers killed them. The Quez fumble, A.J. Brown fumbling. I mean, a lot of things went sideways in that ball game. And even the Gardner Minshew start against Dallas when they turned the football over a couple of times, they still had a chance to win in the end. That's how good this team has been all season long. So if they don't turn the ball over and Jalen Hurts stays composed in this game, he can find a way to do it with his legs, extend plays, and find a way to get first downs on those third and shorts. We've seen it so many times this season. They're going to be in good shape. I think getting the run game going is a must. This Kansas City defense, they have trouble. They have trouble against the run, and we've seen that this season. I mean, they don't stack the box a ton. They'll stay in that kind of too high safety, stay back, and that'll allow the run game to get going. And I think that's a good thing for Jalen Hurts. Now, do they spy Jalen Hurts in this game? I don't know. They could, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think they got to get the running backs involved. I think Kenny Gainwell, a sleeper pick here. He had a really good game against San Francisco, was the leading rusher in that ball game. I think he has a good one. I really do. I think they get him involved and they find a way to run the ball effectively in this game. When the Eagles run the ball effectively and set up play action, this team and use those RPOs and get the ball down the field. Yeah, this team's in a good spot. It's in a very good spot. So I listen. I like the Eagles' run game. I love Miles Sanders. I love Boston Scott. Boston Scott scored in both playoff games this season against the Giants, Giant Killer, and then again last week against San Francisco. I like Kenny Gainwell in this game, though. I have a feeling that he's going to do some damage that Kansas City won't be ready for. So I expect him to have a pretty good game here in the Super Bowl. And also Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders gets going in this game as well. Utilize those guys. When they're utilized, I mean, the Eagles are in a good spot. And, one player I do want to see kind of get involved. And we talked about this on the Total Sports Live podcast that I joined. Man, Dallas Goedert's got to get it going. Can we get Dallas Goedert going? The Jovan, we had him on the stream last week. Can we get Dallas Goedert going? He picked him as having an anytime touchdown. I think Dallas Goedert has a pretty good game. If Jalen Hurts can get him involved in this ball game, I think the Eagles are going to put themselves in a good position. I mean, he's kind of has flown under the radar since he got back from his injury. Can he get it going? I think Jalen can get him involved. Find a way to spread the ball around. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. We think those guys are going to have some games, right? But what about Dallas Goedert? How do they get him involved? Listen, he does a great job in all facets. He can catch it. He can block. He can do all sorts of things. I think get him involved in the passing game early on will set a tone for this Eagles offense. So, listen, it's going to be a fun matchup. I'm excited. I mean, we're kind of just counting down the days here. I mean, it's so close to getting to the game on Sunday. You're gonna have a lot of food. Going to be exciting. Listen, enjoy it. Enjoy. It's been a fun ride. It's a different feel this year, I feel like, because of how dominant the Eagles have been, and we expect them. A lot of people are confident heading into this game. Those butterflies are going to start rolling in around Saturday. Sunday will get here. You wake up, wow, they're in this game. They're in the Super Bowl. They can win another championship. The butterflies will get here. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm not going to say my pick here on Planet just yet. I may have said it elsewhere, but I'm not going to say it just yet here. That'll be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I will give my pick. I will give kind of some predictions, some props, what to expect heading into this game. Very exciting. Very exciting time to be an Eagles fan. Man, we can't wait for the Super Bowl on Sunday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning into this show today here on the Planet Philly live stream. I will be back tomorrow night. Going to be a lot of fun. A lot more content on the way. Eagles play on Sunday. Back here again tomorrow on Friday. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and have a great